Are you a freelance photographer or do you want to start a photography business? Here's your guide on how to start or how to master the art of photography business in Dubai. Hi, this is Mehta from Kiltons. In the field of photography, there are two types of professionals. We have the freelance photographers, and then we have photographers who have a physical or a studio, physical setup. Now, if regardless of the type of photographer you are, the primary economic activity is known as photography services in your trade license. For example, there are certain media activities that require media council approvals. For this particular activity, you don't need any further media council approvals. Now, as a photographer, you definitely would have a different specialization. For example, there is aerial photography, which you use where you use drones, and then you have commercial photography, for example, for food, events, restaurant, product photography, wedding photography, etc. Now, all of this activities or all of these different kinds of specializations comes under one activity in the economic department, which is known as photography services. So you can have your trade license and you can do all of these specializations or categories under one license. To start a photography business in the UAE, the procedure is very similar to any other trade license. You need approvals and you need a trade license, etc., etc. Now, what if you are a freelance photographer? If you are a freelance photographer, you can opt for a virtual address and you can even have your visa process under this trade license. If you want to establish a studio or an office space, physical space, then you can also mention the address, and it's very similar to any other trade licenses. Now, naming your establishment, or if you want to name it, for example, ending with studio or photography services, it's very common in the country, and since all of these specialized photography categories all come under one license, it's okay for you to do that. For example, let's say Kiltons Studio, Kiltons Photography Services, etc. Apart from this, one of the most important points that I would say is if you're opting for aerial photography. Now, when you're doing aerial photography, you would use a drone, right? So operating a drone or flying a drone in the country, it is closely regulated by the police across all the Emirates. So it's very important for you to get an approval for your drone. Not just that, the drone operator who is operating the drone also need to get additional license. Their name has to be in the system with the police as well. Now, if you have any queries on how to start a photography business, if you need further explanations or further guidance, if you want to know that is it better to start a trade license with a low-cost free zone license, or have a mainland setup, for example, what are the other activities that require media council approvals, or if you're looking into film photography, etc. Definitely there are a lot of topics related to this particular subject, so you can leave a comment down below asking whatever you want to ask, or you can give us a call on the number provided on the screen, or you can walk into our office situated at Al Qusais, Dubai. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video.